What your 8 to 10-year-old needs right now to fall in love with baseball and softball and avoid burnout. Welcome, Coach Beede here, and if you've got an 8 or 10-year-old baseball or softball player at home, congratulations. You're living during the golden window. These are the two most important years in your student athlete's entire baseball or softball life. Get this stage right and they'll play until they're 18 or possibly beyond and love every minute of playing the sport. Get it wrong and most of them will experience some form of burnout, possibly as young as 13 or 14 years old. I've coached college baseball for over 20 years. I even coached my own sons when they were younger, and I've been in youth dugouts for over 38 years. So trust me when I tell you, at 8 to 10, winning means absolutely nothing. Loving the game, having a grit and a passion for the game means everything. Here's the truth that most coaches won't say out loud, and you won't hear them even if you ask them directly. If practice feels like work more than 20% of the time, you're already losing your athlete. The number one thing that they need right now between the ages of 8 and 10 is fun, and lots of it. Fun has to account for 80% of the work and time that they put in playing and participating in the sport. That means games like wiffle ball, pinky ball, stick ball, things in the backyard, in the sandlot, in the street, front toss with mom or dad, playing catch with mom and dad, making contests out of playing catch or hitting, getting them to laugh, having fun, and engaging with not only you as a family, but with their friends in the neighborhood. It means not standing around doing nothing for 30 to 45 minutes. It means you have to make every opportunity for them to play a fun environment. My favorite 10-minute practice that beats any and all 2-hour team practices is really simple and something that you can do very easily at home. Take a timer. My grandmother used to have an egg timer that we used to use when we were making phone calls. And put in 3 minutes and then just do tee work or soft toss drills, but make sure that timer goes off. And when it goes off, call out, okay, we're gonna move to the next movement pattern. 3 minutes of soft toss, front toss, anything that has them moving and almost taking and making a contest out of it. Making them race from station to station and enjoying their moments of practicing. They won't feel like practice. The final rounds, the final 4 minutes, it might be base running, it might be playing catch, it might be playing long toss, it might be sliding into bases. But make sure those 10 minutes are full, they're active, and most of all, it's fun. They'll beg to do it time and time and again. And make sure you're keeping them engaged for those 10 or 15 minutes. Equipment, very, very simple. If you don't have a heavy bat, you don't need an expensive bat, you could have a broomstick, you can have a hit stick. Anything that your student can swing repetitively without fatiguing or getting tired or sore. You want to see athletes swinging more and taking hitting lessons less. You want to make sure they're not swinging heavy bats that are going to fatigue their wrists, their arms, or even their legs. Make sure that they're able to swing a light enough bat, even a wiffle ball bat if you don't have a hit stick or a broomstick. Make sure you understand that bad swings equal bad muscle memory. So you don't want them struggling, especially when they're swinging a bat. Next, make sure they have a glove that's broken in. One of the best gloves you can get is the Bradley Youth Baseball Glove. It's already pre-broken in, it opens and closes, and you want them to feel safe with that glove. Anything that's new, that's rigid, they'll be really afraid to use because they won't be able to control the glove. So get a glove that's old, it's already broken in, it can be pre-owned, something that you can get at Play It Again Sports, anything like that will work really, really well. The biggest red flag that I see in every youth practice, that's, any coach that's running around screaming and begging for hustle and really getting them engaged and trying to terrify them, that's not what you want. You want ground balls to feel like they're being done via a tennis racket, a wall, something that your athlete feels safe. You want them to be 9, you want them to be 8, 9, or 10. Let them learn at the pace that they enjoy learning at. Meaning, you don't need to be standing or lurching over them. You don't need to be yelling and screaming if they mess up a ground ball or if they make an error. The question I want you to ask your student athlete in the car after every practice or every single game, win or lose, what was your favorite part of the day today? What did you learn today? And you don't want to ask how many hits did you get, or what were you thinking when you made that error? You don't want to reinforce. If they struck out with the bases loaded, you don't want to ask them, how could you watch that pitch go by, or how could you swing at that pitch? Don't emphasize the results. Ask them the questions. What did you learn today? Did you have fun today? What's your favorite part of today? Make sure that you are instilling trust and that you're their biggest fan. You don't need to be a coach. You don't need to be an instructor. You do need to be a parent. I put together a free checklist for you right down below that you can print out, stick on the fridge, put it in the cork bulletin board in the living room or the bedroom. Make sure that you're able to put these types of notes out. So not only are you going to remember how to conduct that practice, but your student athletes will be able to look and see what's on the board for today, whether it's a practice or a game. Next video, we're going to be taking the next stage, which is the 11 and 12-year-old years, which are the Little League years that are really, really important. They're the turning point for most young athletes that most parents completely miss. We'll see you there.